Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Well, I'm going back. I didn't really make my word on this, but I am going to vote for some local people. Today's the primary here in Pennsylvania. I'm going to go over closer to the closing time, I think, like this evening or something, because I am working. Don't faint. I know it's a shock to humanity, to society at large and small. Yeah, I don't know why it slipped my mind that, well, first of all, I said I'd vote for local people, because that's where I think the change, that's where we're affected locally. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a shame that we have to have it in this type of system. I don't care for it, but at any rate, there's a fellow called John Fetterman. He's running for lieutenant governor here in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of PA. And he was, in 2016, he ran for something. I can't remember what it was. But he's running again, and I really was not going to do it, but I'm going to go over there and support him, darn it. And I talked to a couple of other people who read up on him last night and decided they went and voted for him too. Let's hope he wins, ladies and gentlemen. He's a down-to-earth person. He doesn't take corporate money. Whatever. This is probably boring as heck to anybody who doesn't live here in PA, and to most people who do live in PA, quite frankly. At any rate, just dropping in to say hello, as I do. I've spent a little bit of time, probably too much lately, looking at some of these super-duper alternative channels like Flat Earth and things like that. And I'm sure maybe some people are going to swoop in here and just be rude. But honest to Pete, to me anyway, it seems, and I think there's evidence to support this, it just seems like that was brought forth as a psychological operation to divide communities that look into alternative theories, if that makes sense. Like, it's a way to keep even the alternative researchers fighting. And it's just silly because, yeah, okay, I think we can say, boldly and honestly, that we have, as a society, been lied to about many things, including but not limited to, America's role in the world, things like American exceptionalism, Israeli exceptionalism, things like that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that everything is fake. I just don't understand how, because NASA has lied about stuff, that means that space is fake and doesn't exist or something. It just seems like a really big leap to me. And I do think it was put in place. I had to make sure my computer didn't go to sleep. To keep people fighting who would generally remain on one team, so to speak. People that look at things in a different way, that do alternative research and all that jazz. So that's the conclusion I'm drawing. It was kind of driving me crazy because, they have some pretty interesting arguments about it. And then it seems to go too far. And honestly, I just don't see what the difference is. If we can admit that we've been lied to about history and things. What was that saying by Napoleon? History is a lie agreed upon or something attributed to Napoleon. But did Napoleon really exist? I'm kidding. Yeah, I think we can accept that and not completely go crazy with other things. Can we just stick together and quit fighting? And the thing that really upsets me, other than one person that commented, and when I talked about this before, who was very sweet and nice, I have to say, wasn't rude, wasn't just in my face. I see a lot of the people who don't think that the earth is a sphere. They get really mad about it and just very definitive, it's flat, and stuff like that. I don't know, that turns a lot of people off to even looking at something different. Not necessarily flat earth, but whatever. It just seems, when people start like yelling and being, I have total proof that John Lennon never died, or, things like that, it kind of stops people from looking into it, I think. You know what I'm saying? It gives any kind of movement that's looking for the real story kind of a bad name. So anyhow, that's what I did. But I did look into it because I do that. I look into stuff before judging. I research before I judge. Darn. So that's really all. That's what I did up until, recently, this morning or something, when I decided I better tune into actual news that affects my everyday life. And that stuff doesn't. If space is fake, it really matters not to me. It would in a way, I guess, because you'd be mad you've been lied to and all, and not really sure who we are, why we're here, and that kind of deal. But I'm more concerned about the poisoning of the earth, no matter what it looks like. Things like that, and how we are so divided and fighting all the time. And I think this kind of psychological operation only leads to further infighting, I guess. Okay, I'm done. Good gravy. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Please join me, join others. Drop your political identities. Let's focus on issues. Leave labels at the door. Research before you judge. And remember that war is a racket. Don't take my word for it. Just check out General Smedley Butler and what he had to say. Okay, love you all. Bye-bye.